Hey guys, your friendly neighborhood therapist here. I just wanted to come in and check in and share some thoughts and maybe give some language for those of you who may need it. I know right now there is a lot going on in the world, a lot that may feel like it's outside of our control, um, and it may be causing some symptoms that you may not know how to deal with, or you may know how to deal with. Um, but I just want to kind of come and share some thoughts and give some language, like I said. I think a lot of people are experiencing, especially recently, um, increased frustration, agitation, even rage, excessive worry, sleeplessness, hypervigilance, and a feeling of helplessness. And this is all in as a result of what has been going on within the world, in the United States, outside the United States. Um, and what you may be experiencing is vicarious trauma. Um, Vicarious trauma is us absorbing others' pains in times of distress. Um, and some people may think, well, isn't that what empathy is? To a certain extent, right? Empathy is our ability to be sensitive and sit with other people and their experiences. Um, Vicarious trauma is us not just sitting with others' experiences, but it is us making their experience our experience. And that becomes a little more challenging because instead of us being conduits to others' trauma or their pain, we become sponges and we soak it up and it sits with us. So their lows now become our lows. And this can become challenging because it can wreak havoc on your own mental, physical, and emotional health. And some people experience this not knowing that they're experiencing it. And I think sometimes that's why we have to be mindful, right, of wanting to know all the details about something, wanting to see all the angles, because yes, information is great, but if you are not allowing this information to pass through you, if you're allowing yourself to just absorb it, then it becomes wreaks havoc on your own mental health. And so some of you may think, well, this is the world that we live in. How can I cope with this? Well, some of the things we can do to kind of cope or regulate ourselves when these things happen, and it may seem like the simplest thing, right, is the first thing is turning off the TV, getting away from social media, taking a break from that. And that is because, and many of you may be aware that the news is one of the things that kind of sensationalizes us, right? It keeps us in a heightened state of anxiety, and the nervous system does not do well with being constantly overwhelmed, because what that does is it sends us into fight or flight mode. And so when you experience trauma or you encounter or see someone else's trauma, your brain holds that trauma in mind, and then your nervous system tries to adapt in order to prevent whatever discomfort that you're feeling in your own body, or to reduce it the next time it comes around. So turning off the TV can be a way to kind of give your body and your mind a time to kind of reset and refresh from at least for a day, right? Some other things you can do are kind of get back into your body. This can be by exercising, going for a walk, or some grounding exercises or breathing exercises. And if you're more curious about what some of those look like, you can Google, or you can just send me a message and I can give you some ideas of those as well. Another thing that you can do is engage in conversations with loved ones who are not in crisis themselves. So being able to just talk about just things outside of the current state of the world, which yes, it's hard to do, but it is possible, because we do want you to at least have a sense of normalcy in your own life while still being aware. Um, and again, finding things that give you a sense of fulfillment and joy. Um, Again, if you're turning the TV off, pick up a book and read it, because that's going to also help develop those critical thinking skills. Play a game, do some coloring, some drawing. Even one thing that may be very beneficial for you is writing, journaling. It's one of the things I highly encourage all my clients to do, because writing is one of the things that helps you to kind of get out what you're experiencing. Um, and you can do it unfiltered, right? So your way of venting to yourself. But writing also kind of it puts us in a state of bilateral stimulation where you're able to process things a lot more clearly than you would if it were just going around in your head. So again, I just want to encourage you to take care of your mental health, give you some language to what you may be experiencing, and give you some tools and resources to help you move through this. So those are my thoughts. Hope you guys have a good day and take care of yourself and go out of your way to be kind to yourself and others.